Hokey pokey weirdos, I'm Rev, and welcome to my world of cosplay shenaniganery. Let's see if I can give you some tips or tricks on how to closet cosplay a bunch of characters, because I've managed to do this a number of times over the years, but I have been cosplaying for over a decade now, so that has given me a lot of time to collect items and become more familiar with the characters I am more likely to cosplay. Being able to closet cosplay a wide variety of characters largely comes down to you knowing yourself and being able to figure out the main pieces and parts that come with a lot of the characters that you enjoy. For me personally, black and white stripes are one of my main themes in my own wardrobe, which came in clutch for these Beetlejuice closet cosplays. To start, I have my Beetlejuice cosplay. I have a couple different black and white stripes here. The first is my base as a black and white striped romper, of which I got out of the clearance section in Walmart from the kids section. I believe this is a 2XL children's romper, and I think it was something only like $6 because it was marked way down. The black and white striped blazer is something I managed to thrift at an antique store. It was a little more expensive because it actually is vintage and from the 80s. It was something like $16. Although, to make it work for this cosplay, I did put a hair tie in the back to make it look cropped, so that I didn't have it covering up the hourglass figure that I'm attempting to accentuate by using the black corset I have around my waist, including a white ribbon laced through it. The black corset is something you can easily find on Amazon or AliExpress. I would have preferred to get this thrifted, but that's not so easily done. And the white lacing on it is actually from another one of my similar corsets, because I have these things in multiple colors. The wig I use for Beetlejuice is actually a femme Joker wig, which I managed to buy brand new, still in its package, for $6 at the thrift store. My little Jack Skellington choker was a birthday present from my mom, and then something that really helps with this cosplay is the makeup. I found that with plenty of closet cosplays, as long as you can nail the makeup and hair, you can play with the outfits a little more. Moving on to another black and white stripe, Delia's costume. The black and white striped shirt is something I have had for years and found at a thrift store probably for something like $4. The wig is actually my Good Omens Crowley wig. I always try to get wigs that I can use for multiple characters. The glove I am wearing, plus the glove in my hair, are gloves that work very well for angel dust, but I also just have a collection of long silk gloves because this is also something that comes up in a lot of the characters I enjoy cosplaying as. Since the glove on my head wasn't actually long enough to go all the way around, I safety pinned some velvet ribbon to it so that it would make the distance. I'm wearing some large dangling skull head earrings for Delia as well, and I managed to get those on sale at Claire's forever ago. And finally, the skirt. Another thrifted item, probably something like $3. It's a stretch velvet that works very well for multiple costumes. It's another one of those base pieces where if you have black and white of each of one of those pieces, you can do multiple characters. Let's move on to Lydia. Lydia's main piece is a Halloween costume dress, probably for a vampire, that I bought for Sister Thorn from the Hex Girls. I still haven't managed to get Thorn's wig together, but that dress was ready to go for Lydia. I am wearing the same corset I wore for Beetlejuice, but have black lacing in it. Then there's my sheer shawl overlay situation, which I also thrifted. This overlay piece is also something that I would wear on the daily, so it helps to have pieces that I'm going to wear more often than just in cosplay. The bat earrings were also a Halloween costume piece that was thrifted. The choker, I believe, was something from Amazon and coming from a multi-pack. And the wig is my Mavis wig. Again, reusing wigs as many times as I possibly can. Since I didn't have any of Lydia's exact outfits, I worked with what I had, and I call this my baby bat mode, because it is very early 2000s Hex Girl goth. For my last two characters, we got Adam and Barbara. These two are much more normie and were a lot easier for me to pull together with things in my closet. Adam's pants are the same pants I use for Bernard, as well as the belt. The flannel comes from my large flannel collection I had while I was in high school. Can anyone say gay? And I do have a number of flannels still left over from that phase because they are the few flannels that I know I use and reuse for multiple cosplays. The glasses are what I got for my Pidge cosplay, but I haven't gotten around to finishing her armor yet, so they worked well for Adam at the time. And the hair is my own hair. My hair was the perfect length at the time. I often cut it quite a bit shorter during warmer weather, but it had grown out for October, so it was perfect. And for Barbara's costume, sadly I did not have a long brown wig at the time. I have now remedied that by getting a wig for Peggy Carter, but at the time I just went with a longer blondish grayish wig for that situation. I wore a cheap pearl necklace that my mom decided she no longer wanted, and the dress is something in my own closet, something I honestly don't wear very often and actually more often use it for cosplay rather than daily wear. And that is how I closet cosplayed 4 of the characters from the cast of Beetlejuice. I would have absolutely loved to cosplay Otho in his pastel blue suit, but that was not in my closet. That will have to be a more intense cosplay piece at another time if I ever get to it. So please remember those subs, coms, thumbs, and a ding. You can support me on Patreon with my dance content, Ko-fi with my behind-the-scenes costume content, or I am just greatly appreciative that you continue to hang out here on YouTube with me. Thank you ever so much for making it all the way to the end of the video, and welcome to the madness.
You got any kids in the audience? Second row right there. Hi, boys. Puppet show! Mr. Beetlejuice. Yes, Book? Where do books go when they die? Well, I don't know, Book. Let's find out. Sometimes puppet shows are sad.
Where are you? Oh, help them, please.
Sure, I can help. You gotta help me.
What?
Look, how much you might call an illegal alien, okay? I want out, for good. In order for me to do that, hey, I gotta get married. Hey, these aren't my rules. Come to think of it, I don't have any rules.
My wife and I would like to ask you a couple of questions.
Sure, go ahead, shoot.
Well, for instance, what are your qualifications?
Well, I attended Juilliard. I'm a graduate of the Harvard Business School. I travel quite extensively. I lived through the Black Plague, and I had a pretty good time during that. I've seen The Exorcist about 167 times, and it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it! Not to mention the fact that you're talking to a dead guy! Now what do you think? You think I'm qualified?
What I mean is, can you be scary?
Oh!